Looky looky what I got here, folks. This is a tiny swarm of bees on the ground. I was actually in the house giving my daughter a bath and looked out. My wife was talking to these two gentlemen out back, and I stepped out to see what they were talking about, and she said, "Hey, you want to go get a ball of bees off the ground?" And these guys were just back here riding their bikes and happened to see it, and I guess as they had rode by the house they realized that I had beehives out there, so they were talking about that, and they said, "Yeah, they're back there on the ground." So this is a tiny swarm of bees. You can see maybe the size of my fist. Pretty dicey as to whether or not they'll even survive, but we'll try. So what I'm doing here is I gave them, luckily I had these extra queens. I offered them a virgin queen out of one of my hives, and you can see they're very, very interested in her. So I'm assuming they don't have a queen. There's actually a really good chance these are out of one of my hives. One of the nukes that I had that I put queens into, my wife said there was little activity on it, and she actually kicked the box and nothing came out. So she's assuming that the queen is out of, or that the bees are out of that nook, and they very well could be. Maybe they might have absconded because of small hive beetles or something. I don't know until I go look. But anyway, I'm going to set the queen with all of her new attendants right over here in the box, and I've just put in one frame of open comb there that I've got. Give it a good bee smell to it, and I'm going to help usher the rest of these bees into the box here. And actually, if you guys want, you can just watch. Well, I don't know if you can watch or not, but I'm going to give them a little bit of help here. Use my hive tool and just push them towards the entrance. Now the way that they responded to that queen and were so quick to cage up on her or call up on that cage, I'm assuming they don't have a queen here. But we'll see. I got one crawling on my hand there. She's checking things out, but you see they're starting to run in there in the box. And oh yeah, as for relevance or reference to the house, here comes my wife walking down, and our house is about 100 yards that way, not even 100 yards. So yeah, we're gonna set them up here, and we got a couple running in there, and hopefully they'll start a march here soon. I'm just waiting to see one start fanning, but there's a couple running in, and I would think here in the next couple seconds we'll have a, there they go. You'll see a march.
You're not gonna bother me, are they?
No. No, just step around that side, and you can watch them. See how they're starting to run in?
This is a swarm from one of your hives.
Odds are good, yeah.
Now,
I set that queen, I brought them a virgin queen, I set her down here in a cage, and they immediately just were all over that cage, like, good. They weren't attacking it, they were just crawling all over it, like, hey, we got a queen. Okay, that's fine. I'm just watching them here crawl in. I'm going to try to see if I see a queen crawl in or not, but I don't expect one.
the queen wouldn't follow them, would she? If they've already, if they're starting to follow another one, wouldn't
Well, she might still crawl in there, but I'm guessing since they're here and they're so, disoriented, they probably don't have a queen. But we'll see. But hey, I'm going to cut this.
Why would they have swarmed without a queen?
That's exactly why they would swarm. They might have absconded just because they went queenless and they didn't have anything.
Well, then, Daddy, it's
So.
a good thing you made like 20 queens.
Yeah, that's right. Good thing I had extras, huh? Anyway, I'm going to go and cut this off. I think, maybe, I thought I just saw a queen. But, let's see. I saw an awfully black thorax poking up at me, but it could have been something different. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and if there is a queen, see if you guys can see what I see there. There's a queen right there. Hang on. She was just there. She's got a real nice copper back on her. She doesn't look right. I can't quite tell if she's hurt. There she is. See her right down here? Got real prominent black thorax, and you can see she's kind of crawling around, and there's a couple bees that are hanging on to her, tending to her. But I'm not really sure what the problem is. She just doesn't look right. But she's there. I think I'm going to go ahead and pinch her just because she doesn't look, I don't know, something's weird. She's not doing good the way she's crawling around. I think she's hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and pinch her and get the rest of these bees to run into the box. There we got a few of them fanning on the entrance board. Now again, this isn't very many bees at all. I went ahead and killed that queen that was with them. Obviously there's a problem. She shouldn't have been on the ground. She shouldn't want to be on the ground. And the way she was crawling around, she looked like she was hurt maybe. I'm not sure really how, but she just didn't look right. And actually, I didn't show you guys, shouldn't show killing her, that's graphic stuff. You guys don't need to see that. But no, actually, she's I put her in there in the bottom of the box where that ball of bees is. They're still kind of gathered around her just because they understand her pheromone. But the reason that I put her in there just for an instant is because I killed her and then I threw her over here beside me in the grass, and I didn't want all these bees to run over there in the grass to where they smelled her. I wanted them to go into the box, so I just put her dead carcass in the box. And now I'm just waiting on these last few bees to kind of find their way in. I'm helping usher them in with my hive tool. But anyway, once I get every last one of them in the box here, or all except for the ones that are buzzing around in the air, I'll go ahead and close it up, and I'll pull out the dead queen that's in there and close it up, and hopefully they'll take to the new queen that I gave. I might come back out here in an hour or so and release the new one from the cage. But I'm thinking these bees probably absconded from whatever other box they were in because it's such a small colony that they might have collapsed with small hive beetle or something. I don't really know. But anyway, exciting stuff. You know, this is technically, I guess, my first swarm. Again, I guess it doesn't really count because someone else told me about it. I want so badly to have the day that I'm the one walking through the woods and I see the swarm and catch him. But I imagine as I go on in my life, I will if I keep up this beekeeping thing. So anyway, I think this is in fact recovering at least one of my own colonies, so that makes me feel a little bit better. So that's it for now. Well, here's a quick synopsis of what happened. You know, I showed you they were all over that queen cage, and I thought they were being nice. Killed their old queen, and I know I was rushing things, there's no doubt. But I figured since that old queen was weak that she probably wasn't very good, and they probably weren't very loyal to her anyway. So I just walked them back to the house, and I thought, oh, I'm going to release that new virgin that I gave them. And so I tried, and as soon as I did, they balled her and started hurting her. So she's probably done for. And so I was going to run and grab another virgin and leave her in a cage in there for 24 hours so hope they'd accept her. But then I thought, no, it's just not worth it. They're too small, and they've hurt my feelings by killing that queen. So instead, I put them here just in front of this other access to that nuke that still has bees in it, but it's kind of a low population. So I'm going to just kind of make them hopefully just beg their way into that nuke there to help boost it up a little bit. So this is the one that I captured. This is the established one. So hopefully they'll become friends, and hopefully I'll gain some benefit out of it. But if not, no real loss. You know, freebies are great, but in that respect, if they're free, you can't really justify spending too much time trying to salvage them, especially when it's a real small colony like that. I do have one on my ankle, and I'm really afraid she's going to sting me, so I'm trying to like walk away, but she's pretty set on just riding on my ankle. Oh, where'd she go? She jumped to my other foot. Alright, I'm walking away because she's bumping me. Alright, well that's it for that swarm capture. I guess it doesn't really count, but if nothing else, maybe I'll just get a boost in population to one of my other nukes as a benefit out of it, but I don't think I'm going to get much in the way of... They're not big enough to be another hive. That one's still bumping my legs. Anyway, okay, see ya.